As I have been claiming that there is no Corona 19 out there, no SARS-2, no new strain of coronavirus out there killing everybody, as they telling y'all, as I've been claiming that, I'm gonna do this video to hopefully clear a lot of our ignorances, and go over a few steps, okay, and of common sense, and you decide if there is something or there is not. Okay, how do we kill a virus? Starting with the fact that a virus is not to be killed because it's nothing alive, it's nothing but information, and everybody knows that once the host dies, the program stops running, right? So this guy Tony Cash, okay, robber Cash, no computer or nothing, in the 1800s, just common sense, okay, went into over some steps to find if something is causing a disease, a microorganism, because I've been saying that there's no virus out there other than the fact that you are the virus machine, creating anywhere from 100 to 200 different kinds of viruses and secreting it in the trillions in amount through your pores, in and out, right? That's the reality. And obviously this is what we all doing, and they are not all causing suffering, because without them we don't function whatsoever. Okay, so yeah, I'm making a case for viruses in 2020. This guy went over he wrote this 4 simple things that you want to know, that you want to go through if you want to know if one of these guys that you are accusing, of the trillions of ones that you have, if one of these kinds is causing a disease, right? The first thing you got to know if you can see it in abundance, right? On a disease, animal or plant or cell, whatever, doesn't matter, right? But not in a healthy one, okay? Obviously, right? That makes sense, because we all have viruses and bacteria. Without them, you don't even digest. You don't create a body. They are helping you create the body that you're using. This golem that you're using, well, this is you making it, right? So then the microorganism must be isolated from the sick person, and then growing into a pure culture, okay? So pure means clean, right? Pure means only, like on its own, right? And we're gonna stop here for a second, okay? There's 4 of them, but this is what they did to tell the world that there is a new virus out there, right? In Wuhan, they took lung fluid from something like 50 something patients, and they went through their nose and mouth and collected a little bit of lung fluids, and then put it into 2 solutions, and we're gonna go over those 2 solutions, okay? They are trying to use the PCR, the polymer chain reactions, right? That this guy Mueller invented in the 80s, and he said never to be used to diagnose infectious diseases, right? But even Mueller had enough common sense to know that, shit, you need a clean sample if you're going to trying to find something out about something, right? I mean, cleanliness should be at the utmost when it comes to medical practices, right? So what is this people did through their isolation process in Korea, in the United States, Africa, everywhere, everybody, okay? Everybody's guilty of the same. Everybody that's calling themselves a scientist today, new age scientists, okay? Big ups to Dr. Kaufman, Andrew Kaufman from MIT, okay? He dedicated his life and did a lot of sacrifice, even not practicing, because he's not going through their scheme, okay, through their FARs, okay. So because their FARs cannot go through the Kosh postulates, okay. This guy said, look, if you are at least going to try to find out if something is causing a disease, at least identify it, right? And these people did not do that. They took the lung fluid, put it into the first solution, which has like enzymes to break down the cell walls of the lung fluid, so they can collect information. Again, as we said, this, we all talking about just information, just data, right, from your skin, microscopic data, right? And then they supposedly put it in before filtrating it, and after adding antibiotic many times, okay, with that first solution. And then they put it into the second solution, which is what? By the way, these solutions are in a freezer somewhere, and they send it to you. You can buy it online, okay, and do your own test. Yeah, so this solution right here, viral cells from monkey kidney cells, okay? These cells, they put whatever they found without filtrating it and adding antibiotics. And everybody knows that antibiotics are not pro, right? Are not pro biology, and reason why you should not have like garlic as a dietary substance. It's a very potent medicine. But anyway, these people grew this new stuff that they not only not clean, but also corrupted it and supposedly grew it in these cells, okay? And this is the same process that they used at the John Hopkins and all these people, in cahoots with telling you all that shit. Right there, the first Kosh postulate kills all the so-called asymptomatic patients, right? Like, how can you find it in somebody sick and then find it in somebody not sick? Okay, there's a problem here. Now, they didn't follow step number 2, so it's very hard to move to step number 3, but we're gonna do it regardless, okay? So once you find it in the third, once you isolated it, you put it into a new healthy thing, okay, cell, tree, mouse, person, okay, and then watch it grow in there. Okay, then you can move to the fourth and final step, which is grab it again from the inoculated one, the one that you really supposed to know how you fucking did that, because you inoculated it. You grab it and re-identify it to make sure it is this original guy again, because everybody knows that a virus is on a Halloween party 365 days every second of the minute, right? They call that mutation. Okay, but no, these people told y'all that this guy grew again and had the same. So supposedly this girl and her friends broke it down with a laptop, basically. The whole chain, the whole DNA and RNA chain. Okay, um, and said that this thing was as equal as SARS. By the way, the SARS, so the Corona 19 is not the amount of Corona, right? It's the year. But the SARS one guy that they identified, they did the same shit. So it's we still don't know what we're talking about. We don't have any fundamental science from the supposed leaders of all this whole scheme that we call standard of care, that is the global medical establishment. Okay, um, they basically are doing whatever they want and telling everybody whatever they want. Okay, this lady Birch stood, right next to Trump in public while saying that they were going to mark any patient that they want in the United States as a Corona 19 patient. Okay, come on, we have guys like this walking the planet, and he's like 60 and fucking, okay, and not infecting anybody. They selling drugs out there claiming that they're not gonna get you to test positive, and you cannot infect anybody. That sounds like a cure to me, okay? So they're not even testing for a virus, right? So what they doing is testing for an amount of antibodies, and everybody knows that as above, so below, negative and positive. If you have a body, you have to have antibody. That's just the way the universe works. Universal principles. And everybody makes antibodies for whatever fucking reason we do, okay? And they just using a mockery to tell y'all that there is this new virus killing everybody, okay? Which is just the flu, okay? Yeah, people, oh my God, I recovered from Corona 19. Yeah, congratulations, okay? If you have anybody suffering from respiratory problems, a loved one, yeah, get him out of the medical system ASAP and just expose him to the sun, no matter how cold it is, as long as they can possibly, yes, add all the other side of the spectrum of lights they call vitamins, okay, and you can easily help them better than any hospital that is full of just electric smog and is going to debilitate and discharge people, okay, literally kill them, okay? So there's no Corona 19 out there. There's basically no proof that fucking viruses causes any disease, This is why this guy right here didn't lose his bet in Germany, okay? The judges had to give him his money back after they said that he had to pay when he challenged all of his students to come out with a proof that the measles virus exists, okay? And yeah, they couldn't. Once they put people that. So when you're a scientist, you're supposed to have had at least experience in one thing, and one thing early is observation, right? So once they put all this experienced people in there, they couldn't prove shit, okay? All of these people, enforcing this blindly, are working for the devil, plain and simple. The devil is running this shit, okay? Big ups to Dr. Andrew Kaufman, a real doctor from MIT, looking at things the right way and helping people out. That's what it's all about.